Hi engagement team, in the last video I showed you how to make an email. I ran out of time, so I'm going to talk a little quicker, but try not to skip over any important details. So in order to make a registration form, the first thing we need to do is on the iModules homepage, go to Events and go ahead and click Event Home. Since we don't have a registration form, we are going to go ahead and create a new event. And to do this, in the event name field, go ahead and type clubs. Go ahead and type the club name. This is going to be a Roanoke Valley. And the event title is How Safe Are Virginia Schools? And the last thing you want to do is put in the date, which is from our registration form 6/5/14. Alright, so that's done. The next thing you want to do is under the custom URL field, just go ahead and leave that blank, but right underneath it, go ahead and enable identity checkpoint and pre-populate user profile data. So you're good there. Don't need to worry about user comments. On the start date, obviously, it's going to be 6/5, so go ahead to June 5th. And since it's only a single day, your starting and your ending day will obviously be the same. So that's all you need to do here. Go ahead and hit toggle advanced mode. Go down about 3/4 of the way and you'll see this features box. Just to put it simple, you can pretty much just click attendee list, message to coordinator, attendee list opt-out. So the only thing that should remain is collect guest names. And since this is a free event, no worries about a commerce code, so just go ahead and hit create. So that's going to take a second to load. Go ahead and when you get this next pop-up screen, just go ahead and X it out. And now you have the basics of our registration form. The first thing that I always do is click on the form name in the blue box and just change it to my information. That's just my preference. There's really not a right and a wrong way to do it. I just think it makes it look a little better. So it has our first name, it has our last name, it has the email address. The next thing I do want to do is add an affiliation so we know if this person's a parent, alum, a student, a friend, whatever it may be. So you do that by, let me tell you how to do that. You under manage category add, click add existing field. You don't have to click anything else, just go right to the search box and type in AFF. That's how affiliation, you can search it by my affiliation or type in affiliation all the way, but it's a pretty good search box. So you only have to type in a few letters. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my affiliation, make sure you click the clubs and hit add selected field. So in a second that's going to load and there it is. And then my next thing is just I'm going to drag it up right under my email. So you click on the green arrows, just click and hold, drag it there and go ahead and release the mouse. And it's going to take a second to refresh. And there it is. So that's there. The next field, are you attending? It seems a little strange because if you're filling out the form, chances are you are going to attend. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and click edit field. We're still going to need this field because that's how we're going to drive registration and keep track of those who are coming. So leave this box checked, but go ahead and instead of making it a radio button series, go down to hidden value and click it. And in the box below, it's going to say apply a permanent value to this field. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to type in yes. Yes, that we are attending, and hit next. So that's going to take another second, let it load, and we are all set. So if I open up another, we'll wait a second to do that. The next thing I'm going to do is click manage form and add a new category. And you can name this whatever you want. I always name it event, but in the end, no one is going to see what you name it. So this is going to be kind of our area where we have all our event information in it. So go ahead and click event, drag it right above, and then release the cursor. And once it refreshes, we are good to go. So let me show you what we're actually going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and hit view content just for the sake of showing you. I'm going to hit registration. So this is what we have now. And if I refresh it, maybe you can truly see what we have. No, it's going to be a little fidgety. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our rich text, which is pretty much the event information. And I take all this information right from the event request form, and I open up a notepad, and let me clear that out, and I just start copying and pasting. The first thing is going to be the club name. So the UVA Club of the Roanoke Valley. Copy and paste that in there. Quick little formatting change. After the club name, it's going to be that. There's the event name. And then if there is a professor or a speaker, you can put in their name, which is what we're going to do. I'm going to put that on a separate line because it's pretty lengthy. The next is going to be the date. So June 5th is a Thursday. And then it's 7 p.m. to 30. And then I'm going to copy the location just so I don't type it in incorrectly. So copy and paste it. And then the street below the venue, and the city and state below that. And then just go ahead and Control A, copy that, then come right back to our page, paste it in there, so then it looks, it's all separated how you want it. Highlight it all. We're gonna go Arial font, size 3, and then we're gonna center it. Again, there's no right and wrong way to do this. This is just my preference. I think it looks pretty good on the form. So now let's take a look and see what we have, if it will work. And there you go. Now you can see it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this event right here. And how we do that is we click on the event, grayish blue bar, and go to category settings. And you're going to see a checkbox here that says enable category header. Go ahead and click that so it's unchecked. Hit save. As that refreshes, we're going to go to our actual page, and you can see that it's gone. So that's all set. The next thing that I think is kind of ugly is seeing the form name right here. So we're going to change that as well. And how you do that is you go Manage Form, Edit Step Settings, and here it is right here. So I'm just going to select it all, get rid of it, and then I type in registration. You can put registration, you can put my information, you can put info, you can put whatever you want. I just tend to stick with registration as kind of my moniker. So that is done. Let's take a look and see what we have. And there we have it. That's how I want the form to look. So there's just a few more things we have to do. We're going to have to make a member confirmation email. And this is going to say, hey, thanks for registering for the event. Here's your confirmation. So where you find that is Manage Form, Member Confirmation Email. And the from name is going to be the club, so UVA Club of the Roanoke Valley. And then the from email is going to be uvaclubs@virginia.edu. And then the subject line, again, up for your creativity, excuse me. I always put the club name first. Put a little hyphen in there. And then I put the event name. The date should already be there. And then I just put confirmation that lets them know that they've registered. And the last thing I do is I'm going to go back to my notepad, copy and paste the day, the time, and the location. I'm going to put that right in between the top line and the commerce form datas. And I hit save. So that is done. As a member gets an email, so will the admin. So you're going to go Manage Form, Admin Confirmation Email. Again, make it from the club, UVA Club of the Roanoke Valley. The from email is uvaclubs@virginia.edu. And this is where you're going to want to go back to your event submission request form and find that contact email. For this one, my event contact email is here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste it. I'm going to paste it right into this add line. Click add. and then I'm going to get my email out of there. So I highlight my email, I remove it, and then now I'm going to make another subject line. So I'm going to go all the way to the club name and just backspace it, and it should appear as similar to what, or the exact same as what you typed in the member email. So go ahead and select that, and the only thing I change is instead of confirmation, I change it to registration. And go down and hit save. So the form is done. Since I showed you how each change was going to look, I'm going to exit out of this and just show you how we're going to do the next steps. It's the same thing. View content, registration, and I'm going to make a friendly link. So I'm going to click on this little paperclip kind of hyperlink image, and this pop-up box is going to appear. The name, it doesn't matter. I always copy the form name, which I find right here. So click that, hyperlink it, or I'm sorry, select it, copy it, and then bring it right here and paste it. And then if you remember from the email, we titled this one RV for Roanoke Valley, Virginia Schools, and hit save. That's all you need to do. You can go ahead and X this out. Then I'm going to come back here and add a header. So it's content modules, content, and content block. And I will say this is probably the most frustrating part of this if it doesn't work. You just want to hold this block until you get that little blue line to appear right at the top. Just release the mouse, and you'll get this pencil. Go ahead and click on it. We're going to put a header image up there, and where you can find it is just go ahead and click on this mountain-ish sun little button. It's going to say Image Manager. When you hover over it, the pop-up box is going to appear. Go ahead and scroll down to Engagement, Header. I'm going to find this club spanner right here. I like that one. I'm going to hit Properties. I'm going to make the size. I'm going to join them. I'm going to make the size 570. Oops. Hit insert and hit save. Once that loads, I am all done. So the last thing I always do is I just copy the URL, I open up a new browser, paste the link in there, and this is how the user is going to see it. So your information won't be there. So it's there. I think the spacing looks pretty good. All my fields are there. My hidden value is there as well. So I'm happy with that. So you can simply kind of X out what you don't want. And that's all there is to it. So then we're already linked up in the email. Our form's all set to go. It'll take registrations. And that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.